Today we're working on my 2007 Mustang GT, and we got two brand new parts that we're getting ready to install. Super excited. I'm upgrading the cooling system. I just had to run out to get a battery, which I am kind of mad about, but it is what it is. Battery went out as I was trying to film this video. But we're gonna move on. We got two brand new parts that we're happy to show. Let's do it. Part number one, we have the SVT Ford Performance Fan. Comes off the GT500. It has 7 blades on it. The stock one has 6 blades. Also has these little flaps on here that open up under high speeds. Super excited about that. Secondly, we have a 3-core or a 3-row all aluminum radiator that we got from AmericanMuscle.com. We're gonna be throwing these parts on the Mustang. Let's get right into it. So we had to make it right, so I went and picked up this Motorcraft 50/50 pre-diluted from the dealership because I don't want to put anything else inside of it. All right, we got the car jacked up. Next step, I'm gonna drain out all the radiator fluid. Once all the fluid is out, I'm gonna take off the fan, take the radiator out, and then I'm gonna swap over all the new parts. But looking at the car at this angle, if you come over to the passenger side, right under here, is where you'll see the drain plug for the radiator. Made a mess on my arms, but it's coming out. So basically, just let all that drain out. Should take, I don't know how long it'll take specifically, but it should just be a couple minutes. But let all that fluid drain out, and yeah, start taking everything else out. All right, cool. So the radiator is finished draining. All the coolant is out of the reservoir, as well as the radiator itself. So a couple videos back, I had already showed y'all how to change the fan out. So all this stuff, I'm just gonna run through all this, and then we're gonna take the radiator out, which isn't hard at all. Everything for the fan is off, so I'm ready to just push it back and scoot it up. All right, our fans are out. We have a lot of space. We can go ahead and remove our radiator now. So we can go ahead and remove our lower radiator hose, which is right down there. On the back of the radiator, you have these 8mm bolts that kind of keep the radiator and the condenser like fitted to each other. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove those. I think there's 2 more at the bottom down there. I'll remove those 4, and then we'll be able to take the radiator out. Okay, if you come underneath the car, there's going to be a stud right there. You need to remove that nut, so 10mm. Same thing on the opposite side, that stud, 10mm, remove that. Okay, so here's what we got. No radiator. These lines over here really give you a problem when you're trying to get it out. I took that bolt loose down there, or that nut loose. Didn't really help much, but just be careful of those lines. You don't want to tear anything up. Be careful of the condenser too, because you don't want to ruin those fins. All right, so here's our brand new radiator, which is actually surprisingly lighter than that one. Make sure that everything lines up correctly. I'm sure it will. Hopefully we have no leaks, no defects, but let's go ahead and drop it in here, man. So it's getting pretty late. I want to finish this tonight, so we're gonna kind of speed run through the rest of this. Okay. A couple things to note here. The bolts that hold on to the bracket that's on the condenser is like built in. Those will not line up. I tried to get them lined up. Nothing works. So you're gonna be solely relying on the radiator supports here, which actually do the job of keeping it steady in one spot here, so you won't get any movement. Plus you have the slots that you have to get the radiator down into down below. So you have support. It's just this radiator being a little bit bigger, those bolt holes there they line up a little bit higher. So we're not gonna worry about that. We're gonna get everything buttoned down as tight as we can, and we're gonna keep the job going. Probably gonna wait on the radiator fan before we fit that upper, so we can have some better space going on. Fit our fan in first, and then we're gonna reattach our upper radiator hose. Okay, so right there we have our bottom radiator hose clamp on, secure. So just move on to our next steps. You wouldn't believe I forgot to turn my mics on, bro. So I've been going off of phone audio for I don't know how long. Okay, so I want to go ahead and I want to clean up all that coolant that fell in that valley down there. You know what's crazy? The hardest part about this whole install was literally me struggling with space on my phone. I had to pause for like an hour, if not more, just to clear space so I can continue making the video. I'm operating off my phone, so like not my camera. So the audio, like the space issues I'm having right now is like so crazy. Like I literally am fighting for space on my phone almost every time I make a video. So I really need to try and like upgrade camera, like upgrade to a different camera. Even though I have one, I just want one that's like more compact. Now that we have our hardware in on both sides, we can go ahead and put our upper radiator hose on, get our reservoir, both coolant and power steering back bolted on. And we can start filling it up with radiator fluid, man. Get the car crunk up and see what we got. Don't forget your fan connector. Place our top or upper radiator hose. All right, moving along here. We have everything back on. I think we're good to drop the car, fill it up, check for leaks, and finally run the car. Good, no leaks. All right, the reservoir is full. So we're gonna drop the car, start it, monitor our levels, and we should be good. You know what's crazy? I 100% forgot that I need to change the battery. The battery's bad. I just found out the battery is bad before this video. So let me change this out real quick, 2 seconds, and then we can start the car. To have this battery for 3 years, it's actually not bad. But you can see how cooked it was. Look how swollen the sides are, bro. Definitely time for a new one. It took me through plenty of seasons. So I'm gonna run the heat on max, maximum heat, maximum fans, and no AC, just a straight heat. So we're gonna keep an eye out right here. My SCT. Right now we're at 112, so usually gets about 192 in the low speed cut on, then we get to 198 for the high speeds. Yours might be different because my car is tuned, but we'll see. So we're just gonna watch the temp and watch the fluid level. Okay, so far so good. We have the coolant reservoir cap off, so we're still bleeding air. Fans just cut on, so that's good. We should be at low speed temp right now. We're gonna go ahead inside and look at the temp, make sure our temp is good. I see no leaks so far, so that's good. All right, so we had our high speeds kick on. Now we're back down to 190. So everything's looking good on the temp gauge here. I went ahead and opened up our defroster, so our heater cores can open up, but we're still looking good on the temp. We're at 190 from 212, I believe. So everything's looking A1. We have no leaks, so I'm just gonna continue to let the system bleed out, and that'll conclude this install. It's 100% worth it to me. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Honest review, I love it already, man. 3-core radiator, Ford Performance SVT 7-blade fan, upgrade from the 6-blade fan on a stock OEM Mustang GT fan. Honestly, I have to give it a 10 out of 10, only because I've never seen my temperatures as low as 188 after idling for like what? I ran it for about 10 minutes or so. Low speed fans kicked on, high speed fans kicked on. Took it from 212 to 190 in like maybe like a minute. And from that point on, low speed stayed on 192, took it down to 188. So sitting at 188 for at least about half the time that it was running. So it's honestly, to me, it's a great product. The pair of the radiator and the fan is the way that I would go, honestly. I'm not just saying that because that's what I did. Well, I am saying it because that's what I did, because I know it works. But honestly, if I were you and you were having just like, maybe you want to have lower temperatures, or maybe your car is just running higher than you wanted to, I would definitely go ahead and get this upgrade. So yeah, so make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the channel. Leave any comments, questions, or whatever you might want to ask me. The fitment was okay, about an 8 out of 10. I had to do just a little bit of finessing. So, but it all works though, it works out. Yeah, till next time, like, share, subscribe, like I said already. Till next video, peace. We'll do it.